Her name is Jo. She was the child of an alcoholic, financially neglected, and abusive father. Her mother was absent. She was ignored. The people of her village told her she was ugly. Jo listened to the voices. Jo only has a 6th grade education. She started working construction but made less than $2 a day. She dreamed of a man that would take care of her and make her feel loved. At 17, she was married. They had 3 children. They were poor, and he left to Singapore. He lied and cheated with prostitutes. Their home was broken. Jo felt like a failure. Jo listened to the voices. Drinking, gambling, drugs. Jo did it all to numb the voices. She journeyed to Pattaya to work the bars. She slept with the cab driver on the way there to make better connections. Jo found herself prostituting. She would pray to the spirits that lived in the trees. She would cry out for help. Jo begged the statues of Buddha for a new life. The trees were quiet. Buddha was silent. All that were left were the voices. Jo was too ugly to work the bars. No men would pay her. She moved to Bangkok, hoping the foreign men wouldn't mind. Bangkok left her equally broke. She took her misery to the streets. Jo was exposed to the worst kind of men who refused to pay. Not just using her body for sex, but for sadistic sport. The voices grew louder. Then one day, God showed up in the form of some Christians that came to her bar. Jo heard that she could have a different life and a place to stay. She heard of a father who loved her. She learned kind words that were about her. God gave Jo new life. God was not silent. God cleaned Jo. God healed Jo. God gave Jo a family. God gave Jo a new husband, a community of believers. God gave Jo Samaritan Creations. God gave Jo a purpose. God made Jo a new creation.
He says I am, and he says I am his own.
Jo now listens to the voice of her father, a father who never fails. Now Jo is in the village where she grew up, reaching the community, sharing the love of her father. Jo is his voice where she once heard silence. Her name is Jo.